my students, 11th class. This is your first lecture with me. In this we are going to start with the unit 2, structure of atom. Okay, so first let's discuss what subtopics we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, let's go through that. First, we will study about the fundamental particles. What are the fundamental particles which are present inside an atom, about their discovery and about their nature, about their charge, mass, etc. Then we will discuss about the atomic models that we had already discussed in 9th class about the Thomson and Rutherford's model. What was the model about? The structure of atom, how it was telling about the structure of atom and what were their drawbacks. Then we will discuss the nature of EMR. What is EMR? Electromagnetic radiations, whether they are having the wave nature or they are having the particulate nature. That means they are made up of particles or they are having the wave nature. In that we will discuss about their black body radiation, about the photoelectric effect, Planck's quantum theory, etc. Then we will discuss about atomic spectra. Atomic spectra, it is of two types. First, absorption and second, emission spectra. So that we will discuss in detail. Then we will discuss about the most important topic, Bohr's atomic model. This topic, student, you are also having in class 12th in physics. So I advise you, just prepare it nicely in class 11 so you don't find difficulty in class 12. Then we will discuss about de Broglie's hypothesis. De Broglie's hypothesis, according to the scientist, he said that matter is also having the dual behavior. That means it is also having the wave nature as well as particulate nature. Then we will discuss Heisenberg uncertainty principle. He gave the concept of orbitals. And according to Heisenberg, he said that there is no orbits or shells around the nucleus, and he said there is a probability of finding the electrons around the nucleus, and he used the word orbital for that. Then we will discuss about the quantum number. There are 4 quantum numbers. We will discuss them in detail and they are based on quantum mechanical, wave mechanical model of quantum theory. Okay. Then we will discuss about the shapes of the orbitals. We are having 4 orbitals, S, P, D and F. We will discuss their shapes, and then in the last we will learn how to write the electronic configuration of different elements in terms of S, P, D and F. Till 10th class, you had discussed the configuration, you had learned the configuration in terms of K, L, M, N, but here we are not going to see this one. We will discuss in detail in the terms of orbitals. Okay, so this is all about the first unit. Now, I'll start with the topic discovery of electron. Before coming to the topic, let's go to some historical part. In the earlier times, the Indians and Greeks believed that atom is a fundamental particle of all matter. Okay, the word atom, it was derived from atomu. Atomu. What does this mean? Indivisible. That means they said that atom is something which is the ultimate particle of matter and it cannot be divided further. Okay, and on this basis, John Dalton, he gave his theory that is called as Dalton's atomic theory that you had studied in unit 1 also. What were the main postulates of Dalton's atomic theory? He said, I just write the name of the scientist, John Dalton. He gave a theory in which he said that atom, it is the fundamental particle, ultimate particle of a matter which cannot be further divided. It is indivisible as well as it is indestructible. Okay, he said that atom, it is indivisible and indestructible. He also said that atoms of one element, they are similar but they are different from the atoms of another element. He also explained the various laws of chemical combination like law of conservation of mass, law of definite proportion. So he was able to explain, but he was not able to give the justification for the results of many of the experiments. Like frictional electricity. In frictional electricity, students, what happens whenever the glass or ebonite it is rubbed with silk or fur, there was a generation of electricity. That means the charge was developed. Now from where this charge comes? When it was said that atom it is neutral and it is the ultimate particle. Now from where this charge comes? So there was no answer with the Dalton about this experiment. So in the beginning it was said that it is indivisible and indestructible, but by the late 19th century it was accepted that yes, atom can be further divided and there are subatomic particles present within the atoms. Okay, so now we are going to discuss various subatomic particles one by one. In this category, first we are going to see the electron, discovery of electron. तो अब स्टार्ट करते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन की कहानी, कहाँ से वो शुरू हुआ. ओके, नाउ डिस्कवरी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. Many scientists like William Crookes and this one more scientist, it was there, Julius Plucker. These scientists, they started the study. Okay, in 1859 they started the study, and so many other scientists, or you will find their names in the books. They started the study, and this experiment actually it is called as discharge tube experiment. Okay, this is a very important experiment. Discharge tube experiment. Now, in this, they took a discharge tube. What is discharge tube? A long glass tube with closed ends, and in this, two metal electrodes are fitted at both the ends, and these electrodes, they are connected with a high voltage source. Okay. Now, there is also one vacuum pump connected to this discharge tube. With the help of this vacuum pump, you can change the pressure. Okay. Now, in this, inside the discharge tube, any gas is filled. Okay. Now, we all know that gases are poor conductor of electricity at normal pressure. But when the pressure was reduced, actually when the pressure was 1 atmosphere, when the pressure was 1 atmosphere and when the voltage was applied in this discharge tube, nothing happened. But when the pressure was reduced to 10 to the power minus 4 atmosphere with the help of this vacuum pump, that means at low pressure and voltage was up to 10,000 or more, that means high. What we are saying? Low pressure and high voltage. In this condition, some invisible radiations, they start from negatively charged electrode and they start moving towards positively charged electrode, that is anode. Positively charged electrode को क्या कहते हैं? Anode. Negatively charged electrode को क्या कहते हैं? Cathode. Okay. This is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So this is cathode. Okay, and this one is anode. Now, it was observed some invisible radiation start coming from cathode and moving towards the anode. If there was a fluorescent material, I will use the color green only. If this wall of the glass tube was coated with some fluorescent material like zinc sulfide, when this back side of the anode it was coated with some fluorescent material like zinc sulfide, there was a green fluorescence produced when these cathode rays strike the glass wall. Okay, so these were some observations. On the basis of that, it was said that how the cathode rays were originated. In the beginning, the cathode material, from here the cathode rays originated, and afterwards it was followed by the ionization of the gas which is filled inside this tube. The ionization takes place by the high speed electrons and then it is produced from the gas. So in the beginning from the cathode material and then from the gas. Okay. Now when the properties of cathode rays were studied, it was found that first property, they travel in straight line. So how it was observed, students that they travel in straight line in a discharge tube experiment. Suppose this is our cathode and this is our anode. Okay, now when the cathode rays were originated and they were moving towards anode, one opaque object was placed in their path, and when this cathode rays strike this opaque object, it casts its shadow. It casts its shadow at the back, so it shows that they are traveling in a straight line. Second, they are made up of material particles. How we prove this, that they are made up of material particles? They rotate a pedal wheel. If a wheel was placed in their path, they rotate it. They rotate the pedal wheel. That means they exert the mechanical effect. That means they are possessing momentum as well as they are possessing energy. Okay, that's why they have rotated the pedal wheel. Now, when they are having the momentum and energy, that means they must have the mass. So it was said that they are made up of material particles. Now, third point, they get deflected in electrical and magnetic fields. What happens, students, when these cathode rays were passed in the electric field, when electric field was applied, when these cathode rays were moving in the electric field, this is the negative plate and this is the positively charged plate. So this shows their deviation towards the positively charged plate. So what does it shows? That means they carry the negative charge. They carry the negative charge because they deflected in a direction towards the positively charged plate. When they were placed in magnetic field, again they get deflected in a direction where the negatively charged particles used to deviate or used to deflect. Now, they produces heat energy. Because they possesses the kinetic energy, when they strikes the metal, this kinetic energy gets converted into heat energy. So, they produces the heat energy. Next point, they produces X-rays. Students, what happened when these cathode rays, they strike with the solid objects like tungsten or molybdenum. What is the specific point about these objects? That they are having the high melting points. Whenever cathode rays strikes with the solid objects which are having high melting point like tungsten, molybdenum, then they produces the X-rays. Okay, so we had studied 5 points. Let's revise quickly. They travels in straight line. They are made up of material particles. They get deflected in electric and magnetic field. It shows that they are having the negative charge. They produces heat rays. They produces X-rays. Now, move on to the next point. They causes ionization of gases. Whatever gases are present when cathode rays pass through them, they cause its ionization. They produces green fluorescence. Green fluorescence we had seen here when the wall was coated with a fluorescent material like zinc sulfide, they produces a green glow, that is fluorescence. Okay, they affects photographic plates also. Penetration affects. Whenever they are passed through a metal foil, they can penetrate through a thin metal foil. So they shows that they are having the penetration effect. Nature of cathode rays. Students, this is very important. The cathode rays does not depend on the nature of the cathode material taken, nature of the gas which you are taking. Whatever gas you are filling inside the discharge tube, it is not depending on that gas. It is not depending on the nature of the cathode. It remains always same. Ratio of specific charge. Again very important. Ratio of specific charge, that is E by M. It remains always constant because they are not depending on the nature of the gas which has been taken. Now the velocity with which these cathode rays moves depends on the voltage which you are providing. Okay, and the last point we can say that if you completely evacuate, with the help of this vacuum pump, then no cathode rays will be produced. Okay, so in this class I discussed next we will discuss about the property, we will discuss about the electrons, about their charge, mass and different features related with the electrons. Thank you.